Welcome to the video session of Business Regulatory Framework. In this brief session, we will be understanding what is Business Regulatory Framework and the legal environment of business. If we consider the term Business Regulatory Framework, it consists of three words: business, regulatory, and framework. Framework, first we will see framework. Framework is a structure or a supporting system. Structure or supporting system for what? To regulate. Then if we connect this framework plus regulation with business, we can say that business regulatory framework is a supportive system that regulates the activities of a business. Understand? Now we have to understand what is business and what are the regulations. First, we will see what is business. If we want to say it in a very formal way, we can say that business is an economic activity which is related with continuous and regular production and distribution of goods and service for satisfying the human needs and wants. But in a simple way to understand, if we can say that business is an open system that interacts with its environment. That we will see later what is the environment and all. Then business target profit maximization. Next, then business is surrounded by its stakeholders. All these can summarize from the concept of business. We have many authors have defined business in a different ways, but these are the common things that we all know. Now we will move to regulations. I've already told you that regulation is all about structure or system to regulate something. Here, as we are talking about business, regulations to regulate the business structure or system to regulate business. And it encompasses laws, regulations, and guidelines that govern the business operations and to ensure compliance with legal standards. So if we consider business as a system, it consists of multiple aspects such as corporate governance, financial reporting, consumer protection, labor laws, environmental regulations, and all those things are part of business. This much you understand now. Next, we'll move to the next slide. Whatever we have discussed in the previous slides, I have summarized in this particular slide. I'll just read it out. A business regulatory framework is a structured system of rules, laws, and guidelines set by governmental or non-governmental authorities to regulate and oversee business operations. This framework establishes the legal environment in which business must operate and ensure that they comply with standards and promote fairness, transparency, and accountability. These are our keywords: fairness, transparency, accountability. If we consider business as a system, when it operates, it should deal fairly. It should be transparent and it should be accountable for its actions. Business regulatory framework supports for all this. We are going to see how it is in the next slide. Here, the title has given why business regulatory framework is essential. Once if we understand this, we will understand the relationship between business and the regulatory framework. In the previous slide, I have told you business is continuously interacting with its stakeholders. It has external stakeholders and internal stakeholders. Stakeholders means the somebody or something, someone which has an interest on the actions of a business. So here, see here, internal internal stakeholders. Here we have owners, investors, board of directors, manager, employees. All these people will have certain interest on the actions of the business, right? The same way, external stakeholders. They are customers, local community, creditors, suppliers, government. All these parties will have interest on the actions of business. For example, when a company grows, community will be benefited and the suppliers will get more revenue from the organization. Government also will be benefited. So there will be certain interest from the stakeholder side towards the organization. Now we are discussing the main point. I've said the organization, or as an organization, that will also have certain interest about their activities, what needs to be done and what should be the outcome. In general, we can say that a business will have a profit motive, right? Money, that matters more. So when a business focuses on the profit, that may intersect the interest of the other stakeholders. How it happens? I am running an organization in a thickly populated area. Mine is a manufacturing organization that emits lot of pollution. That causes health issue to the general public and it degrades the environment. In this particular situation, my profit motive, my organization's interest of profit maximization intersecting the interest of the local community, government, as well as the environment. So here the contradiction happens between the interest of the company and the stakeholders. In this particular scenario, business regulatory framework helps to regulate the actions of the business to protect the interest of the stakeholders, so that business can, in a way, business regulatory framework can, in a way, protect the people and the planet. That is another way of saying, not only the people and the planet, business regulatory framework helps the business, helps the or assures the protection of the interest of all the stakeholders. That is what we should understand from this. Business regulatory framework helps to protect the interest of all the stakeholders over the profit maximization interest of the business. In that way, business regulatory framework is highly essential. Now we will see legal environment of business. Business is operating in its environment and it's an open system. It is continuously interact with its environment. In its environment, it has external environment as well as internal environment. Here we will see the external environment. External environment consists of economic, technological, social, political, legal factors. Any change in these factors will impact the business. Business has to alter its operation based on the changes happening in this as factors. When it comes to the legal factors, it includes a business environment inclusive of laws, regulations, and guidelines. Laws, we know that usually it passed by government or administrative orders or court judgments, decisions of various commissions, agencies, etc. And regulation is to regulate something. We can see the example of Water Amendment Bill, which was passed in the year of 2024. So that bill prevents the polluting of the water is preventing by this bill. So once the bill passed, it will regulate all the related activities, and that will even impact the organization, how they are handling the water resource. So this is what the legal environment indicates. Certain laws, regulations, and guidelines existing in a particular place or a location or a geographical region that controls the entire activities of the business. Now, here in this particular slide, we can see that legal environment of a particular place consists of national legal systems, regional legal framework, international law. If a person or if a company is operating in a particular country, that company should know the existing legal rules set by the national bodies of the national bodies of that particular country. Then local and regional legal framework should know. Then international law also should be considered. By considering all these laws will be helping to support the stakeholders. It will protect the interest of the society, general public, consumer, or environment, so and so. So this legal environment has a direct connection with intellectual property and competition and trading practices, consumer protection, environmental protection, company formulation and governance, employment protection, health and safety, human rights. So this legal environment, the system or legal law existing in that particular country and that particular region, and all the international laws involving in a transaction will protect all these aspects. So with this, we have done with the session. So I'll ask you one question. Can you tell how business regulatory framework protects people and the planet? Think about it and come back to me on this. And before winding it up, I would like to conclude once again. Business regulatory framework is a structure or system that regulates the actions of a business. So the business regulatory framework helps to protect the interest of the stakeholders. And also it assures transparency, accountability, and fairness of business as a system. If business regulatory framework exists and the business incorporate all the rules and regulations, the system will be, business as a system will perform in a better way with improved transparency, improved accountability, improved business as a system will perform better with improved transparency, accountability, and fairness. Thank you.